appropriate indecency.
All right, Michael, now we are officially recording here for the show. I promised everyone on Facebook that since you are currently in Facebook jail, that I would give you an interview over the phone here, since we can't really be in person. I would give you a phone interview here about your experience in Facebook jail, how you ended up in Facebook jail, and also our collective experience in quarantine. So, before we get into all that, how are you feeling right now, Michael?
How am I feeling right now? Well, I got the bid, but I'm pretty good. I don't know. Right now, for me personally, it's not bad. I really don't have any of the symptoms, it seems. I have a little bit of heaviness in my chest, but it's nowhere near like it was. And from cases that I know from people that we know, my case is very, very mild compared. So,
I see.
But, yeah, very mild. I never broke a fever. My temp never reached above 98.7. I think was the highest that I had my temp go.
Right.
But other than that, I have been perfectly fine. Jesus Christ.
There's no yawning on the show, Michael.
Well, I was up until 8 a.m. in the morning last night, so I can yawn whenever the fuck I want, motherfucker. But heaviness in the chest was probably about the biggest thing I dealt with. I had maybe 1 or 2 days where I felt a little weaker, but other than slight weakness for 2 days, the heaviness in my chest, coughing up a little bit of stuff here and there, I really haven't had a problem with anything else. No shits, no vomiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did have a little bit. I did have a little bit of a problem with smelling and taste. Like I had not when I'm eating anything. It was like I would have a random taste pop in my mouth, and it was kind of metallic kind of taste. That's the only way I can really describe it. Or a chemical type taste. That's about it for that.
It's like you and Iron Man had some private time that you didn't want,
I'm sorry, say that again, what?
I said it's almost like you and Iron Man had some private time that you didn't want.
Yeah, he might have raped my face. He might have copied my mouth while I was asleep.
No. I don't know for sure if I've had it or not. I tested negative when you tested positive. We were just in the same car, which is why I'm also in quarantine. My temperature did go up. It went up to 99.9 at the highest, but it thankfully never broke 100. But I did have a weird effect to my sense of taste, though, because apples taste weird to me right now. I have apples in my refrigerator, and I could almost barely eat them because of how they taste. Or maybe they're just fermenting on me, and I just don't know. But, it's odd. And, of course, my breathing has been off and on bad since this weekend, which, could portend maybe I had it over the weekend. I just didn't know. We didn't get tested until Tuesday. So, with all that aside, I was going to bring up how you got into, first, before we get to the Facebook jail thing, how has your experience been in quarantine aside from your off and on symptoms? Are you losing your mind yet?
Well, I use the time, but I use the time in quarantine to mainly work on lyrics. I've listened to a bunch of music, which I'm sure my neighbors hated, because I like to get down to my music, and I was definitely fucking getting down last night while I was drinking. I was getting all into it and shit.
Did you drink a lot?
Yeah. I had a few of those little airplane bottle things from my fucking.
Oh, you're talking about the little sample drinks, the single shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a few of those from when me and Stupid Bitch were together. So she bought some well, not bought, but like she had me buy some.
Yeah.
We know she just thought they were really cute, so she like put them in the fridge and they just sat in there.
So you drink alcohol that's been sitting there for over a year, then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably got more fucked up than what you normally would because it was alcohol that was a little over a year old.
Yeah. They're probably about a year and a half old.
Yeah, I have a stupid number that's trying to call through. I have no idea who the hell it is. So the people listening may have just heard a boop noise, and they probably just heard it again. But I thought it was Steven at first because we've kind of put out the possibility that Steven might join us in this conversation. We keep trying to get him on the show. But, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Michael. I just wanted to comment on that.
Yeah, but no, I drank those. I had 4 of those, and I had like fucking 8 shots of Smirnoff Red, White, and Berry, which is also over a year old. It's like almost a year and a half itself.
Ah.
So, yeah, I was getting pretty fucked up last night.
Right. So I mean, your body is kind of like negatively reacting because you're 28. You're not 20 anymore. So you're seeing what it's like to drink when you're a little bit older.
Yeah.
And all those memes kind of make sense now, don't they?
I don't think it's from my age. I think it's from COVID.
I mean, it could be that too. So by the sounds of it, you said you like to get down while you're drinking and listening to music. Are you sitting up there twerking in your room and shit?
You know it. I'm throwing that ass in a circle.
Throwing that ass in a circle. Okay, so I don't think you were cursed with the typical Hunter, which is our mom's side of the family, with the typical Hunter flat ass problem that we all have. I'm not sure.
I do a lot of squats, so.
Oh, okay. Well, so do I. It doesn't seem to solve the flat ass problem.
Yeah, I've never really had a flat ass, except for the times that I was like extremely skinny.
Yeah.
But I've been working off to get this skinny, so I've kept some on my booty.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with like flat ass. It's like you're laying 2 pieces of, well, not 2 pieces, but it's like you're laying 2 2x4s onto the toilet when you're trying to take a crap, and it's like, I don't know, people try to hit your ass, you have a flat ass, they don't know where your back ends and your ass begins. That's part of the problem. But, so.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I just back.
Sounds like you're talking through a freaking water bottle or something, because you can barely hear you there for a second. You have me on speakerphone all of a sudden?
Yeah, I have you on speakerphone.
Ah, okay. Because now your voice is really low. I might have to alter the volume of this segment here. But so on now.
Because I'm getting ready to eat some Hot Pockets.
Getting ready to eat some Hot Pockets? Is that what you said? So you're going to get ready to eat some Hot Pockets?
Yeah, I'm actually on my last 4. I just wish it was a different type of Hot Pocket.
Okay, so on to the Facebook jail incident. This is not your first time in Facebook jail, but it is the longest time, right?
It's definitely the longest time I've been in Facebook jail.
Now, of course, it's lasting until next month, about the middle of next month. Am I correct?
I'm sorry, say that again?
So it's lasting until about the middle of next month, right? Like the middle of January?
The last time I was in Facebook jail was, I think it was actually more on March.
Right. No, I'm saying, the Facebook jail period that you're being forced to endure for this sentence is about a month, right? It's a 30-day sentence.
Oh, I misheard what you said.
It's time to clean out your ears, bitch.
Well, you're also kind of like choppy, so I have to kind of decipher what the fuck you say. But yeah, it'll be about mid-January when I get back.
Okay. So the funny thing is about this whole incident with the Facebook jail is you and I always do this thing. You don't just do this with me, but you and I always do this thing where we like have a fake argument back and forth where we just like kind of fake bully each other, and we do it for each other's. What was that?
Because we talk shit.
Yeah.
We talk shit all the fucking time.
Yeah, we do.
It's not on Facebook, and when it's not on Facebook, we talk shit all the fucking time.
Right. But the funny thing is, we don't only do it for our own entertainment, we also intentionally do it so everyone else can be entertained, too.
Yeah. I don't know. The world has become too much of whiny little pussies.
Right, and this comes back to that... This comes back to that PC cancel... Yeah, I talk about hurting the feelings. This comes back to that PC cancel culture bullshit. So, you know, which I understand when it comes to dealing with, like, actual bullying where people are being attacked intentionally. But fake bullying and fake arguments are another thing. This is where the issue with Facebook's algorithms annoys me, because it's like the computer automatically flags someone's comments for bullying even when they're not really bullying, you know. Hence, like, you and I had this back and forth on one of the Facebook, I think it was on the actual exchange about your love of that gross taste for ranch on broccoli and cheese. So you and I were going back and forth about that, and my friend Bonnie had said something about her friend who was, you know, white, and she was an older lady who might like that combination too. And I said, yeah, Michael, it seems like you're a basic white bitch. And you told me not to be a judgmental bitch, and apparently that's where you got flagged, essentially.
Well, my comment back, because nobody was able to see it because they immediately took it down, was, he said something, and I said, no, you're just a judgmental bitch.
Yeah.
And then I brought up the fact that you yourself like cheese on your broccoli. You also, for a fact, like ranch on your broccoli. And I said, what would make the difference if you just mixed the two possibilities together? It would be the exact same thing, except for you would just have cheesy broccoli with ranch.
I'm saddened that we didn't get to have this exchange over Facebook, but we'll have this exchange now. So you are correct. I wasn't so much attacking your whole broccoli and cheese love, because I'm actually slobbering right now thinking about it. But I love broccoli and cheese, and I do like ranch with my broccoli, but not together. You know, it's like saying, oh, you like ice cream and you like you like pickles, so you must like pickles and ice cream together.
I bet for a fact that you've never once tried it. So how can you say you don't like it if you've never tried it?
I don't know. Eating ass doesn't sound appealing to me either, because, you know, I don't think I'd like the taste of it. So kind of the same concept for me.
It's definitely not the same concept.
I know. But this is just a small example of our back and forth stupid arguments, which we do to entertain other people too, because we think it's funny to insult each other, so everyone else laughs at us when we go back and forth. It's funny to see everyone else's reactions. So this is where this is kind of annoying, because I know it's just more the algorithm for Facebook itself, but it's caused by the fact that people are like, oh my god, they're picking on me. Just block people. I mean, it's that simple. Block an asshole when they're being an asshole to you. Don't fucking go and report it to everyone, because unless someone's threatening you, and I think this is pretty much the only case where you should just report someone, is if they're threatening you or threatening some kind of violence, some kind of terrible action, then you can report them. But if they're coming out and they're just being an idiot towards you, just block them. You know, of course, you can also report outright hatred too, I guess. But you know, it's just when it comes to that back and forth insulting thing, just leave it alone. Just stop being annoying. I mean, and this is also one of those areas that Facebook does also annoy me. But I've never been in Facebook jail. I mean, I've been like restricted on certain things before, but not like outright jailed, quote unquote, like you and some of my other friends have been.
No, I've been straight up Facebook jail. I've said some shit to people.
Yeah. I know you have.
Nothing.
Well, like your ex Michelle, I remember that was one of your more legendary exchanges on Facebook, but you didn't get in trouble for that comment.
No. That was way before they started doing this shit.
Right. You probably would have been outright banned forever if they had seen some of the shit you used to post back then.
Oh yeah, I said some shit.
So,
but no,
yeah.
I feel like if you disagree with what they said, with their whole thing to block you,
yeah,
I feel like somebody should do an investigation.
Right.
Like, he said this to this person. We should go back and ask this person how they felt about it. Should this person be Facebook jail for what they said to them or whatnot? But no, there's none of that. It's just immediate. All keywords are said from a certain person. We're just going to automatically put them in Facebook jail. I don't agree with that. I highly don't agree with that.
Right. Well, I absolutely agree with what you're saying there. The whole Facebook jail thing is an immediate reaction to everything. You know, not to everything, but to certain stupid things that we people tend to say from time to time. It just gets old. I mean, it's just like the funny thing is, like you've been one of the times I know you've been put in Facebook jail for was sharing a meme that you saw on Facebook, and like I've seen it's like, you know, like I've seen you share it other times. Like, where the fuck do you think I got that meme to begin with?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to stop this right here for at least this part, and we can continue talking afterward. I just I try to keep these shows about 15 minutes, so I'm just going to end this right here. And but before I end this would not be an episode of Appropriate Indecency if I didn't at least try to share one of my random thoughts. So with that in mind, let me just take it right to you here so you can answer this random question, my left field questions. And apparently this is number 31. So the 31st random question. Could you imagine the experience of a snail traveling on hot pavement?
On hot what?
Could you imagine the experience of a snail traveling on hot pavement?
That would suck. That's suck a lot of dick.
I mean, just imagine if you were that snail. Could you imagine that poor experience?
Yeah, no hurt. I've walked on hot pavement before, so
Right.
I can only imagine the extra sensitive skin that snail has.
I mean, especially if you had to crawl on your belly the whole time, you know. And if some of you are only listening to this for the first time, you don't understand the random questions. Michael and I try to do this to each other, you know, often, more me than him, but I like to throw him a left field question, just kind of throw him off of his game. So sometimes they're really outrageous, other times they're just really stupid intentionally. So, yeah. With that, I'm going to end this episode here. And, of course, like I said, we can continue talking afterward, and I might keep recording and put them on a future episode. So, all right.